Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glow, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
South Carolina's most honored radio station, News Talk 100.1 WRHI Rock Hill, W261CY Rock Hill, the voice of York County.
An OTS media station.
radically different. With development plans in place all throughout Rock Hill, the goal is to find homes for people that can afford it. So how do planning people deal with this issue, especially in the wake of high construction costs? Here's Rock Hill Planning and Development Director Leah Youngblood.
We don't necessarily control what people are charging in terms of rents, and certainly not what people are selling single-family residential homes for. Occasionally, if we have, for example, a land development agreement with a project, such as a couple we have downtown, we require a certain number of units to be affordable, and we verify every year that they haven't gone up on the rent on those particular units. But as a whole, for projects outside of that project, it's really the market that's determining the rates.
Youngblood says once construction costs go down, more affordable housing will come. And a Palmetto State leader beloved by many has passed away. Reverend Mac Torres Hines Jr. died on Thursday in Florence. Hines was a pastor at St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church for 40 years and was well known across the PD area and greater South Carolina. He worked as a teacher in Florence for over 10 years and also spent a decade in the State House of Representatives. For the latter, he received the Order of the Palmetto in 2006. In the News Center, I'm Tyler Cup.
I didn't know it was here, and I'm happy it is because it makes it a lot quicker and a lot easier. Time is everything.
That's how customers feel about the new Burns Tire and Quick Service Center.
It's nice and it's convenient when you have little ones.
The all-new Burns Tire and Quick Service Center is open. Cherry Road at I-77 next to Burns Chevrolet.
Helping businesses sell real estate and equipment, and families sell mom and dad's belongings, even the house itself. That's what we do at Ligon Realty and Auctions. This is Randy Ligon. We help businesses and families get their stuff sold. Ligon Realty and Auctions online at theligoncompany.com.
This is Vinny Etter of AirTech. Our business is growing, and if you have experience or prior training as a heating and air technician, we need you. Pay is based on experience, and you have the opportunity to advance.
Willing to learn? AirTech will teach you. Call 327-7100 and receive the area's best starting base pay.
It's back. The 7th annual WRHI Football City USA Kickoff, powered by Champion Services. August 16th, District 3 Stadium in Rock Hill at 5:30. AirTech Heating and Air presents 7-time state champion South Point versus Palisade.
Touchdown, South Point Stallion.
At 7 p.m., the law offices of Wilkerson, Jones, and Wilkerson present 5-time state champion Northwestern versus 8-time state champion Dutch Fork.
Touchdown, Northwestern Trojans.
At 8:30, it's 5-time state champion Rock Hill versus Hunter Huss.
Touchdown, Rock Hill Bearcats.
Tickets are $10 in advance and available at footballcityusakickoff.com. While at the game, take your chance to win free cash as part of the Founders Federal Credit Union Kick for Cash. The WRHI Football City USA Kickoff, powered by Champion Services, is brought to you by
KFC, Rock Hill Coca-Cola, Nichols Store, Burns Chevrolet Cadillac, Rhett Rutland State Farm, and James River Equipment.
We'll see you August 16th at Rock Hill's District 3 Stadium.
Palmetto Mornings on WRHI and CN2.
Only girl in that picture in my pocket, on my cell phone when I lock it. It's all you, no lie, baby, you're the only girl in mine.
And good Monday morning. It is Palmetto Mornings, and it is about 65 degrees, 610. 100.1, the original AM 1340, CN2, Facebook Live. Good morning, I'm Tyler Cup.
And I'm Ashley Lang.
Ashley, are you ready for the Mondayest Monday ever?
Sure.
The long holiday weekend is over. Time to get back to work.
That's right.
Oh, I got to be honest. You know, I felt very odd yesterday. I'm one of those where it's very hard for me to turn off. Mm-hmm. But when I do turn off, I'm off. Like not looking at the phone, kind of zone out. Like I have things I want to do, but don't get them done because I'm just turned off.
Right.
But there was a moment yesterday where I was very split. I'm like, I want to get back to work tomorrow, but I also don't. It's that just natural feeling.
Isn't that like the every Sunday conversation?
It's that Sunday
mental
feeling
battle
where you know you have to go back. Like, give me 6 more hours of free time, But we got to get back to work. It was great having Friday off, great having Thursday off, of course, celebrating July 4th. There were a lot of headlines that got kind of shoved under the rug. Well, maybe overlooked rather because of the weekend holiday.
Hustle bustle.
Yeah, of everything that was going on. A couple of local headlines right here in York County. I saw one on social media that I put on the news today. At least 5 people being ticketed for trespassing and caught jumping from a bridge at Concord Road into Lake Wiley. The York County Sheriff's Office issued a safety notice after that incident. They emphasized how dangerous it is. Now, Duke Energy does not own the land surrounding that bridge, which is near that Catawba nuclear station. They do not own the bridge itself, Duke Energy. SCDNR and the York County Sheriff's Office have made efforts to advise people about the dangers of that area. They're just unable to patrol it continuously. And Trent Ferris actually warned of this, didn't he?
He did.
On his Wanted Wednesday.
He did.
He talked about he unfortunately saw this coming, that it was going to be something that they would have to look out for.
That's right. And this did happen about this time last year, and it ended,
and someone died
in a death incident. So I mean, this is something that is not to be taken lightly. They do this for a reason. I mean, there's no trespassing signs. A lot could go wrong here, and it has in the past. So please, God, it's so scary.
Statewide, there was unfortunately a fireworks accident that made national headlines, and it happened in Dorchester County. I think it was actually Somerville. Is that right?
Yes, closer to that Somerville border, yeah.
Closer to the Somerville area. A man lost his life in a horrific fireworks accident. Happened in Dorchester County at a block party. A 41-year-old Alan Ray McGrew reportedly placed a large firework on his top hat and ignited it. You sent me a video of it before it happened.
Right. So
like what he looked like and what the top hat looked like before the actual accident happened.
Having a great time. Yeah, his wife had posted that on her Facebook site. So he was dressed kind of in like an Uncle Sam kind of get up with a American flag top hat, and he was dancing, having a good time at the block party, and I think just made a bad quick decision to put that on the top of the hat, and it was downhill from there.
He was pronounced dead at the scene. Witnesses said it was intended to impress partygoers, and people pleaded with him to stop. Let me just say this. There were a lot of fireworks accidents over the weekend. Did you see the one in the actual stadium where
I
fireworks
heard about that this morning.
Shot into the crowd?
Yes, and that was at Brigham Young?
I believe so, yeah. Now listen, I'm a grown man, but fireworks is like one of the few things I just do not mess around with. Like if they say, hey, Tyler, want to light the fireworks? No, I'm good. And have Uncle Ray do it. I'm good.
And we do this in our neighborhood, and there's a couple of guys that are always in charge. Rob is not one of them, but I remember like that night, I was like, get a hose, because we talked about it. That's all we talked about on Wednesday. And Trent came in, and I was like, get a hose. Like, do we have something? And you just never know. And there's trees, and
it's just one of those things that I want to be not necessarily as far away from, but keep
as
my distance.
Safe as possible.
I'll watch them. Now I'll have second thoughts about watching them in the stadium after seeing the video of that terrible accident over the weekend. But watching them on the lake, where you're out of harm's way.
Right.
Speaking of, did you see the fireworks show what's the baseball team in Charleston, the River Dogs?
Yes.
They put on an unbelievable show. And I know that people are like, well, nobody watches fireworks on your phone. The way somebody shot it and posted on social media, it looked amazing. It looked incredible.
So that fireworks show used to just be like done through the city of Charleston, like at Brittlebank Park. But when the baseball stadium came, it's right there at Brittlebank Park. So they kind of took it over, and it is phenomenal. And you can see it from all different points. So there's people who go like on the other side of the Ashley River. My grandparents used to live like right across from that. So we would go to their neighbor's house and sit on the bank and watch it. You can see it from Mount Pleasant. You can see it, essentially from anywhere. And it is an amazing show. And the music behind it is amazing as well.
And shout out to Rock Hill. I know that the guys talked about this briefly on Friday morning show. I actually heard some of that, but I went on a walk, and my goal, TJ knows where I walk. I walk near his house up Charlotte Avenue, Fountain Park, and my goal was to get back in the house before those fireworks started. But I did not make it. I did not make it, no. But I noticed there were fireworks happening at Fountain Park. There were fireworks happening near Winthrop. There were fireworks in different locations, so it was a lot, but it lit me home. Yeah,
I was about to say you had a show on your walk.
I had plenty of light going home, so that was nice. How was your July 4th?
It was great. It was great. We did the pool, and we cooked out and got together with some friends in the neighborhood, and we did shoot off some fireworks, and it was a good day. It was a great day to celebrate with friends and family, and they got to sleep in the next morning, so it's nice.
Great weather for the most part. I know the heat played a role in some events on Saturday. I saw that the farmers market here locally had to cancel due to the heat advisory. There was some bike event. I think that was supposed to take place midday.
That was with the city, and they did.
There was a bike event that got canceled, but thankfully, at least it was clear, and the rain held off till overnight last night.
Yes, it was great.
Started raining, I guess, 8, 9 o'clock last night.
And then got a little steamy this morning. It is steamy out there this morning.
Yeah. It is 6:17 on this Monday edition of Palmetto Mornings. Taking the first couple looks at your traffic, everything is all clear, although it is early. I-77 northbound through Chester, through Rock Hill, and through Fort Mill appears to be a smooth ride. As you make your way north of the border, exit 1, 2, and 3, which normally has some slow-ups, that appears to be good as well. No congestion from what we can see. Also all clear is Indianland into 521. That is all clear. Here in Rock Hill, smooth ride. Celanese, Dave Law Boulevard, and Cherry Road.
Starting to dry out there this morning across the Tri-County after some very beneficial rain overnight. Lower chance of rain for the rest of the day today. Will slowly gain sunshine late this afternoon with highs just around 90. So a little break in the heat, but that humidity still way high makes it feel hotter. I'm meteorologist Keith Monday from Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
Alex Bowman held up a fast-charging Tyler Reddick to win on the streets of Chicago yesterday afternoon. The race, which was delayed due to weather throughout the afternoon, had to end by 8:20 p.m. Central Time due to lack of proper lighting. Once 8:20 hit, the racers had 2 laps to go. Reddick was second and Ty Gibbs finished third. The Carolina Panthers have parted ways with VP of Player Personnel Adrian Wilson. The former Arizona Cardinals Pro Bowl safety had served in the role with Carolina since early 2023. The team gave no comment when asked about the reason for his departure. The Major League All-Star Game will feature 33 first-time participants as the entire league continues to see a youth movement. Among the participants are Pittsburgh rookie phenom pitcher Paul Skeens, who could potentially end up being the NL starting pitcher. In addition, he is the first player to make an All-Star Game in the season after being selected first overall in the draft. The Atlanta Braves had 3 players selected, including pitcher Chris Sale, designated hitter Marcell Ozuna, and pitcher Reynaldo Lopez. The Phillies led all teams with 7 selections. The Braves, meanwhile, shut out Philadelphia 6-0 at home yesterday afternoon. Atlanta had 4 home runs in the victory. After the win, the Braves are now 49-39 on the season. In other games around the majors, the Mets, Cardinals, Marlins, Tigers, Guardians, Twins, Cubs, Rangers, Orioles, Diamondbacks, Royals, Brewers, and Blue Jays were all winners. With your Monday sports, I'm Chris Miller.
Dr. Elizabeth Cranford Robinson, I don't think many people realize what the dental community as a whole does to give back to the community. Help us understand that.
That's true. There are a lot of dental needs in this community for people who can't necessarily afford them. So there's an organization called York County Partners in Free Dentistry, and a lot of the dentists in this area volunteer their time and resources to be able to help patients that otherwise wouldn't be able to receive the care.
I can remember years ago when all the dentists in this area and dentists from across the state held this huge clinic down at First Baptist Church. Hundreds and hundreds of dentists and their technicians and their assistants all there, and the line of people for care was unbelievable.
That was such an awesome way that we were able to give back, but this is what we're able to do now is to be able to continue to give every single month. There's a one-day thing is very helpful for the short term, but there's constantly needs that we need to help meet.
So I know you're not going to say this, but I'll say it. Cranford Dental is one of that group of dentists throughout the community that are helping out those who need the help.
That's right. That's such a joy for me and for the other dentist here and then for our whole staff to be able to help somebody out who's truly in pain or who might have a front tooth that is embarrassing, to take that and make it look good and be able to give that person back some of their dignity.
So the next time you see your dentist or you're in there for an examination, make sure you thank them for what they're doing, not only for you, but for the community. Thank you.
You're welcome. That sounds great.
Join us again in 2 weeks for the next edition of Cranford Dental Opens Up here on WRHI Radio. To learn more about modern dentistry, go online to cranforddental.com. Palmetto Mornings on WRHI and CN2.
ABC yes, 1, 2, 3. I'm simple as strawberry meat. ABC, 1, 2, 3, baby, you
And good Monday morning, 72 degrees on Palmetto Mornings, FM 100.1, AM 1340, CN2, Facebook Live. As Manning has said, if you can't find us, that's your own fault. We're all over YouTube as well. I actually have watched it many times on YouTube when I'm not in yet. I'm Tyler Cupp.
And I'm Ashley Lang.
All right, so a couple of headlines to go through here. We've got a sports headline that I saw yesterday afternoon, and I had to do a little research on it because I wasn't exactly sure where this young lady is from, but we had a South Carolina native get a win in Wimbledon. Emma Navarro stunned Coco Gauff at Wimbledon, reaches the quarterfinals, and I kept seeing a good buddy, Scott Eisenberg at WCIV in Charleston. He kept tweeting about her and saying, hey, Charleston native, Charleston native. I'm like, I don't remember hearing about her. Well, she played at Ashley Hall, played tennis at Ashley Hall. She was born in New York, but she is a talented player, actually won a national championship for Virginia. University of Virginia.
Okay.
So she's very talented. At one point, she was ranked number 16 in the world.
Wow.
And she gets a big win. People are calling it a pretty massive upset. At one point, one of the commentators was said, who is this Emma Navarro? Where did she come from? And someone said Charleston. So there you go. So Charleston getting a little love on national TV.
So she's made it to the quarterfinals, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And Wimbledon lasts through the weekend?
She won, yes. I believe the final is Sunday. I've been trying to find that. But she's 23 years old, and she won the NCAA Singles Championship in 2021, so she is fresh out of college.
Yeah.
She had a big win at the last term at the French Open, got to the quarterfinal of the French Open earlier this year. So there you go.
Well, congrats to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Emma Navarro.
That's amazing.
Yeah. A couple of other headlines. We're going to go north of the border, and this was a headline that popped up yesterday. The Huntersville Fire Department, actually with the Cornelius Fire Department, that's, of course, north of Charlotte, said that a body was recovered from the water. The victim was not immediately identified, and I tried to find this morning if the name was released. I did not see that. He went missing Friday for more than 24 hours on Lake Norman off a popular sandbar there in Lake Norman, and that's when authorities were called, and they searched all day Saturday and found him yesterday morning, I guess it was.
So sad.
Yeah, again, you hate to read this stuff after a holiday weekend, but this is what happens, unfortunately, when you get alcohol involved or not. People just get on the water and they're just not thinking.
Right.
The water can be a very dangerous place.
Right.
And the lake can be very dangerous.
And the sun. I mean, it's the sun. It's, it could be that you're not staying hydrated. Trent kind of talked about all those things when he was here on Wednesday. And the water and boating is something not to play around with. So it's
I talked about going for a walk, and my girlfriend was telling me, Go closer to 6-7 o'clock. You always go at the hottest part of the day. She doesn't like it when she doesn't like it when I go at 2:00 in the afternoon.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's where we are in the summer, and it is hot.
That heat beats you up too, pal.
Hot.
Oh man. Woo.
Yes.
It beats you up, and you feel it within the first 30 minutes. And I don't jog or anything, but I just walk.
Right.
And, man,
it's hot.
I feel it. I thought this was very interesting. You'll hear it on the news throughout the day. Senator Lindsey Graham on CBS's Face the Nation Sunday said there should be a requirement for cognitive tests for anyone that runs for president, and that includes former President Trump. This coming after Biden's debate performance 2 weeks ago and his interview with ABC in the last few days. Did you see that interview?
I did.
Yeah.
I did watch it. I agree with him, and I don't think Senator Graham is saying, he's not really saying if there should, with an age requirement, but I don't really care how old you are. I don't care if you're 45, 55, 70, 80. I feel like if that is a position that you feel like you want to obtain, that all those tests, a medical exam, a cognitive exam, all of that should be given before you're able to run. And I think that if you're saying, if you want to take the top job to serve the country and serve the people of the United States, that should be something that you would be willing to do.
Sure.
And so I think it also speaks volumes when they're not. So, yeah,